Welcome, architects and developers. Today, we are focusing on one of Claude Code's most powerful features, plan mode. Let's get started on learning how to architect safely and efficiently. Let's dive into what plan mode actually is. In Claude Code, plan mode is a specialized execution state that tells the AI to stop, think, and explore your codebase before writing a single line of code. Activated simply by pressing Shift+Tab in your terminal, it forces Claude to step back and evaluate. Why does this matter? Because jumping straight into code generation for complex tasks often leads to messy, expensive mistakes. How it works is brilliant. Claude reads your files using read-only tools, asks clarifying questions, and then presents a comprehensive, step-by-step strategy for your approval. This transforms Claude from a simple code completion tool into a senior architectural partner. Looking at this state diagram, you can see the clear distinction. Instead of moving directly from your prompt to writing code, plan mode inserts a critical research phase. Claude uses read-only tools to gather context, formulates a strategy, and pauses at the human approval gate. Only when you give the green light does it proceed to actual code execution. A crucial skill for any Claude architect is knowing exactly when to use plan mode versus direct execution. Direct execution is your go-to for simple, well-defined tasks, like fixing a typo or adding a log statement to a single file. Using plan mode for these trivial tasks is an exam anti-pattern that introduces unnecessary token overhead. However, when you are tackling multi-file architectural changes, library migrations, or building entirely new features, plan mode is absolutely mandatory. Jumping straight into direct execution on a massive refactor is dangerous. You need that safe exploration phase to ensure dependencies are mapped correctly before any code is altered. This decision tree is your mental model for execution strategies. At the very top, you evaluate task complexity. If it's a simple, single-file change, you route left to direct execution for speed. But if it is a complex, multi-file architectural shift, you route right to plan mode. This ensures the AI drafts an architecture plan and waits for your approval, mitigating immense risk. To truly master Claude Code, you must adopt the explore, plan, code, and commit workflow. The most common mistake developers make is jumping straight to the code phase, which inevitably leads to frustrating course corrections later. Plan mode is your secret weapon here, effectively combining the explore and plan phases. In this phase, Claude explores your repository, maps out the dependencies, and presents an implementation strategy. This is the ideal moment for you to step in and define strict success criteria before a single file is modified. Once the plan is rock solid, you move into the code and commit phases with absolute confidence. This flowchart illustrates the golden workflow. Notice how plan mode encompasses the first two critical nodes, explore and plan. This read-only phase shields your codebase from premature edits. Once the plan is verified and approved by you, the flow progresses seamlessly into the code implementation and final commit stages. Let's look under the hood. When you toggle plan mode, you are fundamentally changing Claude's tool permissions. During the planning phase, Claude intelligently restricts itself to read-only tools, such as read, grep, and glob. Why? To guarantee that the AI's deep exploration of your codebase does not accidentally trigger a destructive edit or a premature file creation. For a deeper dive, you can also leverage the dedicated explore or plan subagents. These subagents run the verbose codebase discovery in an entirely isolated context window. They return only the synthesized plan to your main session, protecting your valuable token limits from exploration noise. Observe the tool restriction architecture in this diagram. When plan mode is engaged, the execution engine strictly routes permissions to the read-only tools cluster, utilizing glob, grep, and read. The modification tools, such as edit, write, and bash, are completely firewalled off. This strict separation of concerns is what makes the planning phase 100% safe. How do we actually trigger this in the terminal? It is beautifully simple. First, you press Shift+Tab to cycle your interface into plan mode. You'll see the status bar update. Next, you provide a directive prompt. Look at our sample code. I need to add WebP conversion to our image upload pipeline. Figure out where it should happen, check for dependencies, and outline the approach. Notice the phrasing. We aren't asking Claude to write the conversion script. We are explicitly instructing it to locate insertion points and identify dependencies. This forces deep architectural reasoning, resulting in a robust, executable plan. This sequence diagram maps the terminal interaction. The developer initiates the sequence by hitting Shift+Tab to enable plan mode, then submits the prompt. Claude Code then queries the local file system using its read-only tools to gather necessary context. Finally, it compiles this research into a structured plan and presents it back to the developer's terminal for review. Let's examine a real-time use case, implementing an app-wide dark mode. Imagine you have a large React application. Adding dark mode requires modifying global state management, dozens of UI components, and CSS files. If you use direct execution, Claude might chaotically edit files one by one, breaking your build. Instead, you hit Shift+Tab for plan mode. You prompt, "My app needs a dark mode implemented across the entire app." Create a toggle, and find contrast colors based on the existing theme. Claude safely reads your component tree, identifies the global state provider, maps the CSS variables, and presents a phased rollout plan. You review it, ensure no components are missed, and then hit Approve for safe, orchestrated execution. This Gantt chart visualizes the dark mode implementation as orchestrated by plan mode. We begin with the isolated discovery phase, where Claude safely reads the CSS and component tree. This is followed by strategy formulation. Only after the human approval milestone do we move out of plan mode and into actual execution, updating global state and modifying UI components. To wrap up our masterclass on plan mode, let's review critical best practices and exam anti-patterns. First, align the mode with the complexity. A major anti-pattern is using plan mode for simple, single-file typo fixes it burns tokens and adds unnecessary overhead. Conversely, never skip planning for complex, multi-file architectural changes. That is incredibly risky. For ultimate reliability, pair plan mode with test-driven development. Once your plan is approved, have Claude write the failing tests first, then implement the code to pass them. This guarantees verifiable quality. I invite learners to like, subscribe, and visit quicktechie.com for premium certification prep, including Q&A banks, full ebooks, audiobooks, full-length training, and interview guides. This final map summarizes our plan mode best practices. The central core branches out into two main rules: use plan mode for complex, multi-file tasks, and strictly avoid it for simple typos to reduce overhead. It also highlights the ultimate pairing, integrating the approved plan directly into a TDD iteration cycle for verifiable, rock-solid code deployment.
Welcome to quicktechie.com. So just type in quicktechie.com here. Then you can go through the material which is provided by quicktechie. So we have first of all video courses which you can go here and you can find the various video courses across the technologies as well as finance domain. So if you see in Microsoft, we have 8 programs currently running. Next, you can go through the ebooks available. So all the ebooks which are in PDF format today, and you can download this. So let me go through Microsoft certification ebooks. You can click on any of this and you can see this is the PDF available for you to download. So these are the premium ebook mostly available on quicktechie.com platform only. Now the second part is exam simulator. As we primarily focus on the all technology companies and finance domain certification preparation material, so this is company wide listed here and you can go through this. So let me go through the Microsoft one again. You can see this is all Microsoft related certification. AB 730 exam, if you open it, so you can see here this, and all the practice papers are available here. Today we have a 5 practice paper. So click on the first practice paper, it would load the questions. You can answer this question. This is way you can answer it and you can move to the next question. Now third material we wanted to highlight is an audiobook. So we started recently with the audiobooks as well, which you can listen on the go, and various technology wise ebooks are available. And at the last, this is our alumni. These people who are subscribing to our courses and this platform, they are all listed here. And at the end, I wanted to tell you, if you find any course or training or certification preparation material which you want to get us prepared for yourself, please put on the comment section. If you're watching on YouTube, on Udemy, or on this platform itself, quicktechie.com, then please put the comment, or you can even send an email to using this contact us options here. You can directly do the WhatsApp message. You can call us on this numbers as well.